I can let you know. I'll hold up like numbers. Maybe I won't. Okay. All right, guys, it is 9:32. Started a couple minutes late because it's Katie Farner and we were chatting. But yeah, Katie Farner is with us tonight, and I know a lot of you guys are really psyched about that. We're going to be talking about earning incentive trips with Scentsy. We're going to talk a little bit about points and stuff, but we're going to focus on habits that you can start forming that are going to not only help you earn the trip, but keep you successful through next year, essentially. Getting your businesses off the ground. I know a lot of you are brand new. We're just going to kind of cover a lot of the like super powerful basic actions you can be doing to be earning those trips, earning those points, and getting your Scentsy business exploding. I know a lot of you guys, yeah, like I said, are brand new. So we want to give you some habits that we know are super, super important to form. But they're also the ones that are going to earn you the most points with this trip as well. So with not a whole lot else to say on my end, I'm going to send you to Katie Farner.
Thanks, Christina. Hey, everybody. I hope you're having an awesome day. And thanks for Christina for inviting me to join on your call tonight. She's an amazing leader. So I feel pretty confident that I'm not going to be telling you anything that she hasn't already because she clearly knows her stuff. She's doing wonderful with her business. So I hope that this isn't all just repetitive for you guys, but I'm excited to talk to you about earning the incentive trip. So the incentive trip details were announced on I think they announced it on the 31st, and all of that information can be found in your workstation under the resources tab under the subcategory called events. So make sure that you have that printed off and you post that somewhere where you can see it every day. Now, I don't want to go into all the point system breakdown and take up forever because that'll take a while to go into all of that. But make sure that you familiarize yourself with that very, very closely. Make sure that you have that posted somewhere, like I said, where you can see it every day. So really what is like the first thing that you need to do when you want to work towards earning an incentive trip is get your head in the right zone. You've got to get in the right mindset. Your mind, your outlook. I like the quote, your attitude will determine your altitude. It's 100% in your mind whether or not you will be successful, whether or not you will earn a trip. You have the power to control that. No one else, not your circumstances, not your town, not your sponsor, nothing. It's all in your hands. So understand that going into this. If you want to earn this incentive trip and you get your mindset that you will and you put in the work to do it, you will do it. There has never been an easier trip for brand new consultants to earn. You get rewarded handsomely with points for doing things like earning sensational start level 1, 2, or 3. The point system is dramatically rewarding you for your launch of your new business being successful. Like, let me give you a scenario. Let's say that you earn sensational start level 3. That's 5,000 points for earning sensational start level 3. To earn sensational start level 3, you probably will have done it the PRV route. That's how most people do it. So that's $5,000 in sales. And when you're getting 1 point per PRV point, that's 10,000 points in 70 days that you can have. So I want you to understand how your opportunity is huge, especially for new people to earn this trip. So your mindset is everything. Next, you need to decide where you want to go. What trip do you want to earn? Do you want to go to Reunion or do you want to go to Disney World? Next, you need to decide how many people do I want to earn it for. Don't look at the points and let the points determine how many you want to earn it for. Don't think, well, I want to earn Disney for my family of 4, but I'm afraid I can't do that, so I'm just going to try to earn Reunion for 1. Go big. Go for what your gut wants, because the more passionate you are about that goal, the more driven you will be to work daily to achieve that goal. So go with your gut. Go with your instinct. What do I want? Where do I want to go? That's what you need to shoot for. So regarding your points, you're going to get the most points for working your business daily, the things that are going to grow your business regardless of if we were earning on an incentive trip or not, which is your sales and your recruiting. That's where you're going to get the most points. You're also going to get a lot of points from your personal promotions. Your personal promotions are an absolute side effect of you recruiting and growing your team. So all of that plays in together. So we've got to make sure that through these next 6 months that you are sharing the business blessing, sharing this opportunity with other people, and that you are selling. So for me, so far since I've been with Scentsy in 5 years, I have earned 7 all expenses paid trips. And I would not have been able to do that. I would not have been able to earn the top 100 trip to Greece, and I know Christina would not have either, if it wasn't for recruiting. And I think, so recruiting is what I want to talk about first, because that's really where you're getting a lot of points from, because you're getting points for your personal promotions and you're getting points for recruiting people who promote to certified. So let's talk about recruiting first. First, let's talk about our mindset with recruiting. I'm all about your mindset. Your mindset is so important when you are working towards a goal. So ask yourself this. You might be brand new with Scentsy. You might have been around for a couple years, but you've got to ask yourself this. If I don't consider this a blessing, if I don't value my business, if I don't value and edify the organization that I'm a part of, how could I ever bring anyone else in to do so? So think about what you're putting out there first and foremost. Think about the, not the aura, but you know what I'm saying. Think about what your energy is that you're putting out there about your business. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it uplifting? Is it encouraging? Are other people going to want to join you on your journey? If you truly look around you, look at your upline, look at your sponsor, look at your star director in Christina, look at other superstar directors and star directors and directors within the company. You can see that this business model is proven. You can see that success is available for the taking. So edify that. Show that. You might not have experienced that success yet, but work towards that success and know that it's available to you. So share that confidence with others. Some of you might be super brand new and terrified to recruit because you think, oh, I don't want to be someone's boss. Not boss, but I don't want to be someone's leader. I don't want to be responsible for someone. I've been there. I know the feeling. I was terrified to recruit when I first joined. But once I realized, you know what? This is like a buddy that I'm bringing in, especially if you're newer and you're recruiting from your list of 100, which we'll talk about shortly. These are your friends. These are your family. These are people that, how awesome would it be to earn a trip with them? How fun would it be to work events with them? How helpful would it be to have them to network and brainstorm with? So change your mindset on recruiting. Focus on sharing the blessing. Don't focus on yourself and your fears. Focus on sharing opportunity with someone else who needs it. Shift your mindset from yourself and your fears to them and how can I help them and not limit them by not sharing this opportunity with them. You get what I'm saying? So your mindset is really critical with recruiting. So for those of you who have been with Scentsy for a while, and for those of you who are brand new, you really need to relaunch your business this fall, no matter how long you've been around, whether you're launching it for the first time or you're relaunching it. And the best way to do that is by going through your workstation, going through your friends list on Facebook, going through your contacts in your phone, and regenerating or generating for the first time your list of 100. That is where it all begins. A lot of people, when they start Scentsy, they understand that growing beyond their network is important and they need to do it. But so many people don't understand that in order to grow beyond your network, you have to effectively utilize your network. Every single person in your network is a potential connection to at least 80 other people. The average person knows 250 people. So if you get a list of 100 people, imagine where that list could be 6 months from now if you actually utilize all those contacts. So create your list of 100 and don't be modest when you create this. Don't just put your BFFs down on the list. Think big. Pull from all of your contact social media databases. And when you've got that list created, really spend a few minutes and look at each person and ask yourself, how can this person help me make my fall a success? How can this person help me earn this incentive trip, earn that promotion? How can they do that? Look for key factors, like maybe people who are realtors. Great, talk to them about closing gifts. Maybe someone who owns their own business. Maybe your doctor's office. Talk to them about Christmas gifts for their staff. Maybe your dentist is on the list. Talk to them about they usually have like a no cavities club for kids. Talk to them about doing one Scentsy buddy each month to a kid with a random doing a random drawing for the kids in the no cavities club. And that one random drawing person gets a Scentsy buddy. Talk to all the business owners that you know about doing something with you and your business, or putting a warmer out on display. Most of the people on your list of 100 are not going to have some great identifying factor. Like maybe they don't have connections for fundraisers. That's another one. Maybe they're just, you can't think of anything special or significant that could help you grow. There's one thing that is super significant, and that is probably the most important thing, is that they can be your next home party hostess. I am a huge home party advocate, which I will get to in a little bit, talking about home parties. But you've got to get on the phone and ask these people to support you. Tell them, I'm trying to earn this incentive trip for my family to Disney World. I'm super excited. Can I count on your support to help me? It would mean the world to me if you could do a party with me. I'm not saying beg people to do parties with you. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying be persuasive in your communication with them. Don't call someone up and say, hey, do you think maybe you'd want to do a Scentsy party if it's not too much trouble, if you have the space? A lot of consultants give people excuses before an excuse is even given. Don't give someone an excuse not to do the party with you. Give them a million reasons why they should. Be persuasive in your communication. There's tons of great videos on YouTube to teach you how to do that. So generate your list of 100, look for all of your opportunities, and then get on the phone and pursue those opportunities. Another thing that is really important as well with your list of 100 is to make sure that you make notations next to these people's names. So when you do reach out to them, you're prepared to have that conversation and you don't get caught off guard and confused and forget what you want to say. So create your list of 100, look for your opportunities. The next thing you're really looking for is who needs extra income, or who would just be really good at being part of your team, who would just be part of your dream team, who would you love to have on your team. Reach out to them. You don't have to make it about yourself when you're reaching out to them about the business opportunity, because that is how you're going to make it uncomfortable. That is how you're going to seem pushy if you make it about you when you're offering the business opportunity. When you reach out to people about the business opportunity, make it about them. These are your friends. These are your family. You know what's going on in their lives. You know that either A, they need the extra income because there's only, we've got September, October, November. We have 4 paychecks before Christmas that we can earn. That's it. Who needs extra income before Christmas? Who could 4 paychecks dramatically help? And then just reach out to them and tell them how you've started this business, or you're so grateful for your business and things are going well, and you're really looking forward to your fall and it's going to help you pay for Christmas, and you were thinking that they might be in need of something like that. Make it about them. Maybe they don't need extra income. Maybe you just think they'd be good at it. Tell them why. Tell them, I think you'd be so good at it for X, Y, and Z. And I think we would make such a great partnership. Tell them why. So utilize those people on your list of 100. Get those parties booked. Share the business opportunity. It's a blessing. And if you understand the blessing that it is, you can't help but shout it from the rooftops. I know that's how I feel. Is that how you feel, Christina?
Oh, yeah, totally. I love everything that Scentsy's done for me, and I get really excited when people even think about joining Scentsy because I know what it could do for them.
Yes.
Especially if they give it even an ounce of effort.
It's hard not to tell people about something you're excited about. Like when you eat at a new restaurant and the food is just delicious and you can't wait to go back, you're going to tell people that. It's no different with your Scentsy business. People get in this mindset that, oh, I'm earning income off of this, so now it's sketchy if I tell people it's great. No, it's not. It's no different. If you love something, if you're passionate about something, if it has changed your life, you've got to share it with people. So that's kind of where you're going to start. Relaunching your business or launching your business. You've got to get on the phone. You've got to do these things. So you're recruiting. Some other places where you can find recruits, obviously social media. We talk about social media with recruiting all the time. Social media is so important. I was talking earlier about what are you projecting about your business? What is this persona that you're putting out? What kind of brand are you showing people when you're on social media? It's so critical that you pay attention to your social media presence and what you're putting out there. Try to do things that are original and interesting. Don't just be posting stock images and stock flyers about joining Scentsy. I want to challenge you before the week is over to make a brief video. So a video that's 5 minutes or less. I want to challenge you to make a brief video sharing your Scentsy story. Maybe it's brand new. Maybe your story is not even written yet. Share your goals, share your hopes, share your dreams, share your excitement, and post that on social media. And talk about the enhanced starter kit for August and how you want your friends, your family, the people watching this video to have the same opportunity that you have. Make a brief video. I challenge you to do that from the heart because videos are powerful. They connect people emotionally and it can really help you plant seeds. So also with social media, don't just post something about the business opportunity once and think you're going to get 50 recruits. It's about consistency in your posting, consistency in your efforts. Another social media tip that can help you with your recruiting is anytime that you have something positive happen within your organization, within your team, or yourself, maybe you get some fun mail from your upline, post these things on social media. The more people see that you are part of a family, a supportive, generous family, the more they're going to want to be part of it as well. It is kind of like the cool kids club. If people see something awesome, they're going to want to be a part of it. So really pay attention to what you're posting. Something else, try to get involved in as many groups as possible for your hobbies. Social media is about connecting and building relationships. So try to think of things like, what are you interested in? Do you love to coupon? Do you love to scrapbook? Do you have dachshunds like me and you love dachshunds? You know, like anything that's significant about you, anything that's a hobby or an interest of yours, try to join Facebook groups for those things so you can connect and make new relationships. Anything that you can do, like something else I do is I have an image of myself that says, am I your Scentsy consultant? It says, am I your Scentsy consultant? And it's got my website on the side. So I'll post that on social media and I'll say, am I your Scentsy consultant? If so, please share this picture and tag me in it. So that way her friends are seeing my face, seeing my website, and they're hearing word for word from their friend why this person chooses to shop with me. This is also something that can lead to recruits and new connections and new relationships. It's like the fastest, quickest referral that you can possibly get. And it's so many thousands of people can see it on their newsfeed. So use social media to establish relationships, connections, and share positivity. Post something about your business at least once a day on Facebook. And when I say about your business, I don't mean post, hey, 6 bars is $22.50 this month. I mean post something about how your business is positively affecting your life. Post something like that at least once a day. So other recruiting tips. We've got to be generous and we've got to host flip. I don't call it host flipping to them. I call it host gifting. But for some of you who might be newer and not know what that is, hostess flipping means that someone's hosting a party with you. You offer them the opportunity to join your team and you're going to gift the party to them. giving them the Hostess rewards and the commissions from the party. Hostess flipping is how I've built probably 40% of my frontline. I have like 104 people in my frontline right now. So I would say a good 40% of them have come from Hostess flipping. Understand that a lot of people have questions like, why would I want to give up the PRV? Generosity is always rewarded. It's always rewarded. And that great hostess can become a backbone in your team. You want strong people in your frontline. So clearly she's social. She wants to have her friends over and share Scentsy with them. Clearly she's passionate about the product. So flipping your hostess is a great thing. When you do hostess flip, offer it right away, right at the beginning. And then when her party is over, make sure that you say what your commission would be on the party. So say, hey, your party was 500 in PRV. That means you get X amount in free, X amount in half price, and my commission would be X for this party. I would love to gift this party to you. Would you like to receive it as a gift? That's how I offer it every time. Never assume, never try to guess that they're not going to be interested. I offer it every time, even if it's the second, third, fourth, fifth time I've offered it to them, because I have plenty of people who have taken me up on it on the fourth or fifth time of hosting with me. You never know when the timing is going to be right for them. My last recruiting tips: make sure that anytime someone shows interest with you, you get them on the phone. I am not someone who loves to talk on the phone. I would so much rather text. However, I have learned that if I get them on the phone and I can connect with them, I can ask them what's intriguing to you about a business, get to know them a little bit more, and show them how Scentsy is a good fit for them, I am going to get them to join. There is not one person that I have gotten on the phone to talk to about the business opportunity who hasn't joined my team. Maybe not instantly. Maybe it's been a week or 2 or 3 weeks later, but they always join. Get them on the phone, connect with them, let them know your heart, let them know who you are. They will join. Don't just try to email them. Get them on the phone, meet up with them in person, treat them to a coffee at Starbucks. Get connected to them personally, however you can. So those are some, one other thing. Our job is to find the fit for them. So you've got to understand when you're going into a recruiting conversation, you can't make it about them. It's one thing to say, hey, can I count on your support? Can you do a party with me? You don't want to have that kind of conversation about recruiting. Hey, can I count on your support? I need a new recruit this month. No, because this has to be the right fit for them. You want them to be around. You want them to do well. So make sure they understand that you want this to be, I say to every potential recruit, I want to chat with you on the phone, or I want to meet up with you in person, because I want to be able to answer all your questions, and I want to ensure that this is a good fit for you. I want this to be right for you just as much as you do. I don't want them to join if it's not right for them. And when they know, I don't say that last part, but that's how I feel. When they know the stress is off and you want them to join only if it's right for them, they feel, whew, she's not trying to recruit me. Right, Christina?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They don't want to feel like you're trying to recruit them. They want to feel like you care about them and that this is right for them. So ask them questions. Discover their gap. That is the fastest way you're going to get them to join. Their gap is the distance between where they are today and where they want to be tomorrow, or who they are today and who they want to be tomorrow. For me, my gap has always been a financial thing. It's not an emotional thing for me. I want to live a certain way. I want my house to look a certain way. I have that type of interest. That is what motivates me. That's what drives me. I want a pool in my backyard. Like, these are things that I want to be able to accomplish because I financially grew my Scentsy business. So you won't know that about me, though, unless you ask me those questions to discover my gap, to discover how can Scentsy benefit her life. It's going to be emotional or it's going to be financial. And it's our job to find out what that is by asking questions, not talking at them. That's why it doesn't matter how brand new you are. Doesn't matter if you've earned 1 incentive trip, 7, or none. Doesn't matter, because it's not about you and what you've accomplished. It's about them and what they can accomplish. Doesn't that take the pressure off? Like, I feel like that takes the pressure off us as sponsors too. Like, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know it all. I don't know it all. I just screwed up on Glow the other night and said something true. Like, I've been doing this for 5 years and I still screw up. I still don't know everything. You're never going to know everything. So bless people with endless opportunity, and you are going to be blessed in turn. Watching people grow is so rewarding. Another great place to find recruits, you've got social media, you've got working on your list of 100, is events. I love doing events. I don't do like the big home and garden shows. So understand, when I say events, I don't mean I'm spending thousands of dollars to be at the Central Florida, home and garden show. I have an event tomorrow or Saturday. It's a women's ministry event, $25 for an 8-foot table. Like, those are the kind of events that I am all about. I love those events. It costs nothing, right? It's
right,
like,
they're the best.
Yes.
You don't just doing the ones where they have to have huge displays. I'm like, just don't do that.
No. We can focus on conversations. That's what matters. We can focus on building relationships, booking parties. For me, I always go straight to the party. I try to use their interest in product to book a party, and then I offer them the flip. I personally don't go directly the recruiting route unless they obviously say something about being interested in joining. But for me, I try to get them to book, and then when they book, I offer the flip. So I love, love, love events. Every single month, it is my goal. Matt, can you stop whistling? My husband is showering, and he's like in there whistling with the door open. I'm like hoping that you guys don't hear him whistling in the background. It's like, whistle while you work. Oh my gosh. Anyway, what was I talking about? Matt, I hear you whistling out here. Can you take it down a notch? Anyway, what was I talking about, Christina?
I don't even remember. It was like, I get really distracted too. Events, offering the flip, not recruiting first.
Yes. So, yes, that's what I was going to say. So every month, my goal is to have at least one of these small events on my schedule. So now that we're going into the fall, I have at least 2 or 3 events like that every month on my schedule because they're everywhere. Get on the computer, get on the phone, post on Facebook that you're looking for events. Call people on your list. Tell them you're looking for events. Hey, if you hear of anything at your kid's school, let me know. Or, if you hear anything at your church, let me know. Get on community websites. Go to radio stations' websites. Get your goggles out. I always just say, every day you got to have your business goggles on. You always got to be looking for opportunity. That makes more sense. Get your opportunity goggles on every day. There's opportunities everywhere. I mean, do you find that, Christina? Like,
oh, absolutely.
I feel like at this stage in my business, I feel like being successful is so much easier than not being successful. Like, once you actually pay attention and you put your opportunity goggles on and you go into every day saying, okay, I'm going to look for opportunities in my daily life today, you will find opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go into your day with a closed mind and you don't want to leave the house and you don't want to work, then you're not going to find opportunities everywhere.
And completely unprepared for an opportunity.
Right. You've got to be prepared for
a whole nother subject.
Yes, definitely. So I've talked for almost 30 minutes already.
I love it.
I can talk about Scentsy till the cows come home. So anyway, every month, focus on finding ways to meet new people. That is going to broaden your recruiting opportunities as well. So those are some recruiting tips that I have for you. Is there anything else you want to share before I talk about home parties? Sales?
Just, anyone who came in late, our viewer numbers was kind of like gone everywhere. Why are we talking about recruiting and why are we talking about home parties? Because the name of today's meeting was how to earn an incentive trip. And how to some people means points, add up my points. What points do I need? When really how is all about the habits that you form and the actions that you're taking. Most of the points, if you've looked at that, are based on your sales and based on your recruiting. And we kind of thought, it'd be better to show you how to do that kind of stuff more effectively and better. That way you're not trying to go recruit people and sell things without really having any grounding for what you're really trying to do. So points, I'm going to cover that a little bit at the end here and why this is so important with your points and what this really means broken down in points. But we just really wanted a lot of you to get those skills in mind and the mind, like just getting the proper mindset for actually recruiting and having the PRV that you're going to need to earn these trips. So, so we talked about recruiting and some really awesome tips for that. Especially if you're new and you've never really thought about it before, you've got a lot of ammunition now. Or if you've been around for a while and haven't really started your team, I hope that that's encouraged you in ways to find team members and to find your own personal recruiting mojo. But we're going to talk about home parties because Katie and I are both huge on home parties. I should have clicked my face. It's just like looking at you and my voice coming out. But that's cool. Just gonna lip dub like a crazy old movie. So I'll click my face now. Hi. So I just wanted to watch Katie some more. So we're gonna talk about home parties because Katie and I both believe that this is the biggest important thing that you're gonna do in your business. I know a lot of you guys don't do home parties for some reason, and I want to make sure that you guys understand how crazy important they are. Not only are you going to get like 3 times the PRV at a home party versus any other type of party, you're going to meet people that you would never have other opportunities to meet, and you're going to be able to build those relationships so much better because if they can see your face and if they can hang out with you for a minute, they're going to be madly in love with you. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to Katie and she's going to talk about home parties and ways to get your PRV like really awesome. I know some of you have trouble with getting guests to show up, or you get to the party and it's only $80 when you're trying to close it and you're like, what do I do now? Katie's really good at getting her parties to hit the minimum, but like beyond that and getting really good outcomes and upgrading and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to kind of talk about home parties. I don't know if that's what she had in mind for talking about home parties, but she's going to talk about home parties because she is the home party queen.
You read my mind. There's so many ways that we can get sales. And like Christina said, we didn't want to just prepare a training tonight. It's like, okay, here's how you get points. Good luck. You know, we want to give you concrete. I can't stand providing someone a training where there's nothing concrete that they can go home and do. Like, my hope is that anytime someone listens to one of my trainings, they can go home and immediately start getting to work and starting things, like putting things into practice. Because we can talk about how the points work, or you can read that in the workstation. You know, we can tell you what has worked for us. So for me, every year that I've been with Scentsy, except for my first year, because I was a big slacker my first year, you don't have to start off like a skyrocket to the top to do well in this business, because I had like the worst start ever. But anyway, every year except for my first year, I've earned annual sales award, which is $30,000 in Scentsy's calendar year. And the vast majority of that is coming from home parties. Every month I average anywhere from 5 to 7 home parties. And obviously during the fall, it's a lot more than that. But home parties are where it's at. I think so many people are like, can I work my business online? Can I just do all my sales online? When you do that, you're completely missing out on so many of the relationships. And network marketing is a relationship business. Network marketing is a business about forming relationships. And you are going to have your best opportunity to do so at home parties. You're also going to have your best opportunity. Can you cover him up with a blanket? Like, it's distracting me. It's my dog. My dog is like, I have 2 little dachshunds, like I said earlier, and one of my dachshunds has like this licking obsession. He's always licking his feet, and now I hate the sound of licking. And he's laying over there on the other end of the couch, just licking himself, and I'm like ready to go through the roof listening to that. Sorry, I'm squirrel now. Anyway, so going back to the home parties, you're establishing relationships. You're identifying potential recruits much more easily. So home parties are going to help you with your sales and with your recruiting. Home parties are going to help you with your sales and your recruiting. So beneficial all the way around. But there are other ways that you can get sales. Just to talk about really quickly, some things. Obviously, events we talked about are going to help you with your sales. So events are twofold positive things for your business. Something that's really, really great, especially during the fall. We have a lot of weddings here in Florida during the fall because it's just beautiful during the fall. The rest of the year, it's kind of nasty, hot. So one thing that we work really hard during the fall is Scentsy custom gifts, especially for bridal party gifts, custom gifts for Christmas gifts for business owners that you know. So custom gifts this fall is another huge way that you can get some PRV boosts. Fundraising, obviously, is a humongous way to get some PRV boosts. Myself, I focus on Scent Circle fundraisers because of their simplicity, and it's just something that you can easily market to lots of people. So if you want to watch that, check out my video on Scent Circle fundraising. So those are some ways. Those are some ways that you can get some great sales. But what I really want to talk about is home parties. So for me, it starts with your hostess coaching. Let me say this now. It starts with a motivated host. If your hostess is not motivated, she's not going to work to get people there. So what do you think motivates her? What do you think motivates her, Christina?
Your hostess?
Yeah. What motivates her to make her party successful?
Free stuff.
That's right.
That's what motivates me.
Her wish list is going to motivate her. So if your hostess has never seen a catalog, or if your hostess has never been to a party, or if your hostess hasn't seen what's new, how is she going to be motivated to care if people get there? So the very first thing that I do is make sure that my hostess has a wish list, and she is motivated and driven, and she wants stuff. Then I give her a general idea of what her party should be in order to get her everything on her wish list. When she has a general idea of what her sales need to be and what her attendance needs to be, how much more likely do you think she's going to be to push to get that many people there? Much more likely. So it starts with your hostess being motivated and you educating her on what that looks like. So next is your communication with your hostess and your coaching of her. So important. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with people and they're like, oh, I don't waste my time hostess coaching. Well, then you're going to waste your time going to that home party because ain't nobody going to be there. Let's be honest. You're going to be there to do the party. Don't you want to make sure that the party is as successful as possible if you're going to spend your time being there? Heck yes, you do. So coach that hostess. If you haven't seen videos on hostess coaching, there's great videos on YouTube. I know there's great videos in the workstation in the training center as well. So watch those to learn some helpful hostess coaching tips. But just real quick, some things I do is, like I said, you get her motivated by her wish list. I also do something to help her with reminding, because I find that that's when the hostess tends to feel the most awkward, is like the few days prior to the party when she's trying to remind everybody. So I do something fun to help her remind people. So what I do is I'm obsessed with our laundry stuff. So 24 hours before the party, I tell my hostess to message all of her guests and tell all of them to bring a small hand towel to the party. Tell them it's for a special prize. So everybody who brings a small hand towel, what we're going to do is we're going to do a load of laundry with the Layers laundry products at the party. And everybody who brings a hand towel gets to go home with a little sample of washer whiffs. So that's all they get. And then they go home also with a nice smelling hand towel. So it's something interesting. I do something like that because that makes the guest wonder, why am I doing this? And that curiosity encourages them to come. So some people will do things like, oh, bring a banana to the party, and then you make banana splits. It's just something that's like, why the heck am I doing this? It just piques their curiosity to want to come to just find out why they're being asked to do this. So that's just one little hostess coaching tip, but you've got to stay close in communication with them. Watch some great videos on hostess coaching. But when it comes to the actual party, a lot of people get really caught up in sales and trying really hard to go into the party making sure that they're going to sell a lot of product. And to be honest, I don't do that. And I think that is a reflection of why my sales being good at parties is a reflection of that. I go into my parties with the mindset of, I want this to be the best home party experience these people have ever had. Not just the best Scentsy party they've ever been to, but the best direct sales party experience they've ever had. That's a big goal to have going into a party. But I know with confidence that because of our products, it's going to happen. So from start to finish, that party is about me making relationships, establishing relationships with these people. Okay. It's about establishing relationships with these people. So when they come in the door, it's greeting them. I hug everyone when they come in the door. That might not be your personality, and that's okay. You got to be genuine. But me, I'm a hugger. So as soon as people come in the door, I hug them. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited you're here. I can't wait to share Scentsy with you. Are you new to Scentsy? Are you familiar with it? You know, I try to get to know who's my Scentsy virgins, who already uses Scentsy. And then I get them started on smelling the scents right away. Because here's the thing, you need them to emotionally connect with the product. How are they going to emotionally connect with the product? By smelling it, not from your presentation. That's when they're getting information. They got to emotionally connect, and then you provide them the information. So the first 30 to 40 minutes of the party is all about them connecting with fragrance. That's what we are, right? A fragrance company. So my goal is to help them fall in love with at least one fragrance. So I walk around, hey, how's it going? How do you know your hostess? Da, 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 da. Just make friendly conversation and show them some Scentsy fragrances. Kind of go back and forth between the two. After that time is when you're going into your presentation, which is really where it's like super important. A lot of people skip presentations. A lot of people try to do open houses. No, 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 no. Christina, we can't hear you. You're muted. What'd you say? Yeah, you don't skip that presentation. What'd you say?
Open houses suck.
Yes, I hate open houses. I do open houses here at my home for my established customers, and that is it. For parties where I have a hostess, no, no, no. I don't do open houses. Can you guys, I don't know if you guys can still hear me. It says that we're live. So I was going to get my phone to text Christina, but it says that we're still live and I see myself. So I'm going to assume that we're still going.
Yeah,
Are we still going?
I think we're back on. Okay. It said like it had been ended to an error. Hopefully everyone, it says there's still 23 people on, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, I was going to get my phone to text you because I was like, oh no. All right. So anyway, during your presentation is when you're going to have those meaningful connections. They've emotionally connected. Now we've got to get them intrigued in the product. So do not do a catalog walkthrough. Do not bore people. Do not make people feel like they're in school. Highlight your favorites because your passion is going to shine through. So for me, I obviously talk about the warmers and wax. I'm educating people so much still here in Florida. So many people have no idea what Scentsy is. So I really have to go into it and educate people on our warmers and wax, and because a lot of them are already using Walmart, but I've never heard of Scentsy. So I'm kind of having to educate them on why we're better, why we're different. Not necessarily on the wickless candle concept, but on why we are better. So I talk about the warmers and wax, and then I talk about the laundry products because those are my personal favorites and those are my best sellers. And people sense my passion for it. Not to mention we've done a load of laundry, so they've experienced it firsthand. But I always play two purposeful games during my presentation. I play one focused on sharing the business opportunity and one focused on booking. So right now, my recruiting game that I am playing is the Disney incentive trip game. Did you see that, Christina?
Yeah, I did. It's on Katie's channel. I actually shared it in I don't know if the links worked in my team newsletter, but I shared her game in the newsletter, but I don't know if it got to you. So if you guys didn't get that link, remind me to post it in the group.
Yeah, it's super fun. I played it at my party the other night, and hello, I live here in Orlando, and there were still people who didn't guess it was Mickey Mouse until the very end when they drew the ears on. But it was super fun, really, really fun game. So I love incentive trip time because it's a great time to play games and draw attention to the fact that we're working on earning incentive trips as a team, supporting one another. Those words are really important. And then the booking game, I kind of go back and forth between Christina's booking bags and my dice game. So it's really important that you play a booking game because you want to reward people for booking with you. And I use Christina's language. You know, I was talking to her several months ago, and I'm like, what kind of language do you use? And she's like, I just focus on, you know, the lightheartedness of the party. And hey, you know, if you like free stuff, you like your friends, you like Scentsy, what do you have to lose by doing a party? And so that's really how I do it as well. I think it's really successful because so many people are like, they play the booking bags, for example, and they'll be like, oh, I got book a party. Like, come on, people. We're talking
I'm not asking you for a kidney.
Yeah. We're talking about getting free stuff. We're talking about hanging out with your friends. If you don't like your friends, then you need to get some new friends, apparently.
I literally say those things. Like, I literally tell them I don't want their kidney and I want them to love their friends. Like, I'm like, literally, guys.
Yes.
Dial it back.
Exactly. And so I think, I don't know if you feel this way, Christina, but I feel like I'm kind of like trying to like pioneer a new movement here. Like the home parties can be cool. They can be fun. They don't have to be high pressure. We're in a new age now.
Yeah, I feel like everyone has like these really horrible home party experiences from other companies. Yes. And we're like, dude, Scentsy parties are different. We have a lot of fun. And if your parties are not fun, fix that, please. Because right. Scentsy parties are fun.
There's so many resources out there to find tips to how to make your parties fun. And something else I do during my presentation to draw attention to the business opportunity is the most likely to succeed award. Have you ever done that at your home parties, Christina?
I've never done that, no.
So the most likely to succeed award works like this. I just have basically a possibility packet. If you don't know what a possibility packet is, go to YouTube and watch a video about it. But I basically have a possibility packet with a scent circle or a scent pack thrown inside. And everybody fills out a drawing slip, and I tell them, on the back of your drawing slip, I want you to write the name of the person that you think would be most likely to succeed as a Scentsy consultant, the person who you think would do my job the best out of everybody here. And so everybody votes, and one person wins the award. I would say probably 70 to 80% of the time, it's my hostess. So often it's the hostess. And so a lot of times it's just that one last little shove she needs to say yes to joining. It's that boost of confidence that her friends or his friends believe in them, that they could do it. So that's another one that I play at my parties. But don't worry about being pushy. Don't worry about trying to push sales on people. That's how you're going to make your parties not fun. And you going into the party with the mindset of, I want this party to rock. I want it to be the best home party experience they've ever had. The natural byproduct of you having that attitude is going to be a successful party and great sales. So once your presentation is over and you're wrapping things up, that's when I get my dates nailed down. That's when I get my bookings done. You got to go in and be brave, because your home parties, what's so special about doing home parties is they breed more. They're like rabbits. They just breed more and more and more and more. Home parties always lead to more parties if you do them right. So when you sit down and you check out with someone, I say, oh, I see you rolled a number, blah, blah, blah in my game. That means you'd get a blah, blah, blah for doing a party with me. What party style suits you best? I don't ask them, would you maybe like to do a party with me? It's what party style works best for your schedule. Because I tell them during my presentation, there's a party for every lifestyle, because I truly believe there is. They've got Facebook, they've got Basket, they've got Home. How could someone out there not have one of those that works for their lifestyle? So go into your home parties and closing of your parties with confidence, knowing that there is a party style for everyone, and confidently offer them their options. Most of the time you'll hear, I was thinking about a home party, or, well, I was kind of thinking about the Facebook party. You know, you can tell those are the people who are really not interested. Very rarely do I ever have someone say, none of them, I don't want to do one. I'll either book a Facebook party or a basket party with the people who are kind of not so interested but are doing it because they're kind of having a difficult time getting out of it. But that truly is how I book most of my parties. My parties get booked off of other parties. Like last Sunday, I had a home party. My hostess booked another one for November, and I booked 2 basket parties. So you will book parties off of parties if you approach it in the right manner. So, and when you're sitting down and you're helping people with their purchases, it's not what would you like to get today, it's what's on your wish list. Use that wish list to fuel bookings. Everybody wants more than they can afford. That's just the nature of the world. So use what they want but can't afford to book a party with them. I'd love to help you get what's on your wish list. Let's do a party. What party style works best for you? It's that simple. And make sure that your hostess of your party, like I do the booking beads with her, it's a way for her to visually see, okay, if I get all 3 of these beads taken away, that means that I'm going to get 3 half-priced items, because when each of these parties is held, I'm going to get that perpetual party reward. So make sure that they understand that. If they understand what they're going to receive if they get those bookings, they're going to be much more motivated to help you get those bookings. And they're going to encourage their friends to book. So that, in a quick nutshell, is how I make my home parties successful.
I love it. If you guys are trying to figure out what she's talking about by some of these games, her channel has a lot of really cool games. The booking beads are on her channel, I'm pretty sure. And her dice game is really great. And then I have my bag game. I always tell you guys to find a booking game that you like, start there. And then, you know, if you want to mix it up and try another booking game, go for it, but pick one and be confident with it and really work it. And the cool thing is, if you don't have any parties on your calendar right now, oh my gosh, sorry. You're going to want, like, a lot of people are like, well, how do I get my first home party? You guys have to just ask. You have to be willing to ask people. That's where your list of 100 is coming into play, because you're going to go ask all those people, for the most part, hey, I would love to party with you. I want to spoil you with some free stuff. And since they're not booking off of anyone else, you can offer them an extra half price for saying yes. That sounds like a special, but you're not paying anything for it. So you guys can get parties booked. You just have to actually try. You have to really be willing to message your friends, get them psyched about your business. You have to be putting on a good face about your business. You have to be confident about your business, get excited about it, and they're going to be super excited to support you. Katie, we had a couple questions. Somebody asked, and I'll tell you what I answered, and if you have anything to add to it, I did kind of answer them as they came. For small events, how much inventory would you have on hand for those smaller booths? I always say usually like 3 times the booth amount. Like whatever you paid for the booth, like 3 times that in inventory, because you want to make back what you're going to sell. Maybe 4 times, because you earn 25%. So like at least 4 times the inventory.
You're so funny. You're so, like, the way
that's usually what I say.
Yeah, the way your brain works is so different than mine, because I'm not a numbers girl. Like,
yeah.
Thought, like, okay, so my event tomorrow, I have I paid $25 to be there. I have 4 trays full of bars and 2 IKEA bags full of warmers.
Yeah. Well, some of that too, you'll have more stock anyway, just because you've been doing it longer. Right. That you'll be able to bring like 10 times the booth amount, just because you just naturally have that much accumulated. So when you're first starting out, I say aim for 3 to 4 times the booth amount, but don't be stressed if you don't even have anything.
Yes. I think when you're first starting out, like, just do whatever you can.
Yeah.
You know, because really what you're trying to do more than anything is form relationships. Of course you want to make it back, but something else I do at events that really seems to like draw people in, and so helps you with making conversations, helps you with, making your cost back on your booth, is I've been doing sample bars at my events. And that has been really helping me draw people in. Have you done that, Christina?
I am really, really bad at preparing for events before like the day of. I really want to do sample bars, but I like I'll be like 3 days from the event and I'll be like, ah, crap, I don't have any wax that I can use for this right now. But sample bars are amazing. I have some girls who've done sample bars. If you guys don't know what they are, Katie has an awesome video on that as well. So just Google like Scentsy sample bars, Katie Farner, and you'll learn all about them. They're really, really freaking awesome, especially if you don't have much stock, because it gets people at your table standing there for a while and you get to have those conversations with them about booking their own parties, getting stuff for free, la 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 la, all the awesome stuff. So sample bars get them standing at your booth, and they help you get those conversations initiated, and people love free stuff. Sample bars are genius. I need to jump on the sample bar train really bad, and I just haven't yet.
I use your signs and your chalkboard markers to like bold signage, like free samples. You know, people come running.
And the signs are so cute. Everyone wants to see them. So another question. She says, as a brand new consultant, especially for September new catalog items, is it going to reflect poorly on me that I don't have a lot of on-hand items to show at a home party? I know everyone will want to see the diffuser, but I can't purchase one right away. I told her no. I keep my party simple. My party setups pretty simple. Like if you just have a couple warmers, a body product, to your testers and catalogs, you've got a home party. If people want to see it, you can always book their second party. Like say it's the hostess, be like, okay, in 2 months, let's book your next party, and I will bring the diffuser and oil samples for all your guests or something. Just, you know, get another party on the book. If you have a party this month and they want to see the diffuser, but you don't have one, get that second party booked, or tell one of their friends, be like, hey, she wants to see the diffuser. We don't have them quite yet. Who wants to have the first diffuser party? And just get everyone really psyched about it that way. And then that way it also gives you an accountability date for getting one. So you've got like, okay, well now I have to personally make sure I get one by October. And so what you're going to do that is you're going to have your own parties. You're going to do what you can to get it with Hostess rewards. You don't have to just go buy a $130 one, but you're going to work your magic on getting it as well. So
it seems like we all forget too that we all started in the exact same place. Like Christina and I both, and you know, SSDs that we admire, you know, we all started in the exact same place. And my first several parties, I had the warmer that came in my kit, you know, and our kits, when I joined in 2010, they were much, much smaller and still the same cost. So I had way less to show when I joined than people are getting now in their kits.
Yeah, September's kit is bananas, dudes.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Work. Like you don't need a lot of stuff. Not to mention, if you're trying to flip your host or you want people to join and you're coming to your parties with truckloads of crap, then people are going to be like, oh, I don't want to do this. This is a lot of work. Or they just see dollar signs like, whoa, it must cost a ton of money to get started.
Exactly.
So it's a good thing to keep it small. So don't worry about that. Another thing too with like the diffuser, I'm sure, I haven't looked, but I'm sure there's I know Scentsy has a YouTube video about the diffuser, but I'm sure there are some other videos that just show the diffuser lit up, functioning. Bring that to your party. Pull that up on your phone so people can see it. Just make it work.
Absolutely. And honestly, sometimes people think they need to see things in person that they don't need to see in person. Like, I'll have a customer who'll be like, oh, do you have this Bali warmer in person? And I'm like, you know, the joy, awesome, crazy awesomeness of Scentsy is I don't actually have to keep anything in stock that I don't want to keep in stock. I don't have to go broke buying things because people have to see them in person. So I will usually go on Instagram, and you can usually find real life pictures of every single warmer. So they're going to get to see the catalog photo, but then they're going to see someone else's warmer in their home, and it's going to show them a lot more about what it's going to look like. So if you can't afford to buy all these warmers, then don't. You don't need to. Don't feel like you have to have everything on display. I always say, you know what, bring like an element warmer because it's different. Bring a warmer, a big warmer that needs a bulb, and bring a nightlight warmer. Like that is all you need. The big warmer that I usually bring is always the warmer of the month. And then the other two stay the same for a whole catalog season. I don't mix it up very often. I don't spend a lot on my display because you know what is really funny about home parties? Most of the time, they don't even remember you have a display because you guys are talking about products, looking at the catalog, smelling the testers. They could care less about what's on your table. So don't feel like you have to have a ton of stuff. And yeah, like Katie said that about easy. Instagram. What? Go ahead.
I thought of when you said that about the Instagram. I keep a photo album in my iPhone of warmers that look really different in person than they do in the catalog. Like blue diamond lampshade. That thing is stunning in person.
Mm-hmm. And you'd have no idea.
Yeah. And so I keep pictures on my phone of warmers, or like if a warmer comes in and I'm bagging orders and I'm like, oh, this looks really, really better in person, I'll snap a photo of it. So I do keep those on my phone too. Like when a customer's like, oh, do you have this one in person? I'll say, no, but I have a great photo on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something else to think of too. Use those Instagram photos like Christina's talking about, and you yourself take photos when warmers come in that you're bagging that might be for somebody, you know, a customer, and show those to people. That'll help too.
Yeah, absolutely. Two other. Oh, she said, do we have a list of lifestyle party choices to print out and show our hostesses? What she meant by that was Facebook, basket, home party. Not necessarily themes. I think she was just implying you could do a Facebook party if your lifestyle is super busy, or basket party if you're going to church and, you know, baseball games and things like that. Home parties if you love to drink wine and eat cheese and eat cookies and hang out with your friends and your jammies. Because Facebook parties are not the only pajama parties. I am just saying. So, but yeah, just basically Facebook, basket party, and home party. Finding one that fits what they're in the mood for. And then the other one she said is, how can I get people to do more pouch parties? My big thing about that is just make sure you're making your list of 100 and that you're offering parties. And if somebody can't do a home party, your pouch party is what comes right after, as far as that. And then I take one with me everywhere I go. There's no reason not to have a pouch party on you. They're tiny. They fit in your purse, because you just never know. Like, I've given them out randomly to people I've met that day so many times because I just had one on me, or I have a reason to pull it out of my bag because I need to smell something, or somebody asked me a question about something and they're like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, it's a pouch party, yo. And then they take it from me for like a week. So pouch parties are nice because I always have one on me, because why not? You're always a pouch party when you're a consultant. You're a walking pouch party. So I always have one on me. And then also I offer the home parties always first. And then I offer a pouch party if they're not up for it. Is that about right?
Yeah. And I bring, to every event and to every home party, I bring a basket party prepared. Order forms, catalogs, ready to go.
Yeah.
So if somebody books a basket party, I always shoot for the home party first as well, because for me, it's just more successful. And I just truly enjoy them. But anyway, I always bring one to my events and always bring one to my home parties ready to go. So if someone sparks an interest, I can get it in their hands then.
And then, like Katie was talking about social media, you know, a really great way to get your pouch parties out of your hands is to take pictures of yourself with your pouch parties, or take a picture of a pouch party and share it on your Facebook, your own personal pouch party. Getting your social media presence personal again. A lot of you only post flyers and pictures of products from the catalog and things like that. And I did a whole presentation on this at Reunion about being personal on social media. It was about effective use of social media. And honestly, the most effective way to do it is to be yourself, and to be personal, and to show people your business in your real life. I know a lot of our girls are always taking pictures of their pouch parties. They'll hold one up going, hey guys, one of my pouch parties is back. I want to give you free stuff. Come take it from me. And they always get them out just by showing their face, showing their pouch party, and, you know, kind of making it real for their friends versus just a text or just something that you've thrown on your Facebook that's just in theory, but really having some heart behind it. And it helps too if you are a social media kind of person. So I could spend all day on that, I guess. But pouch parties. And then also, if you're going to do a pouch party, do it the Carrie Bro way.
Oh, yes.
Like, if you're not doing it the Carrie Bro way, you're just doing it wrong.
Yes.
And
I have like, I typed in my notes pad on my iPhone, like all like day 2, day 3, day.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. And that video, we had her last month, I think, or the month before. No, last month was Candy Hine doing awesome Facebook parties. And then the month before was Carrie Bro doing awesome basket parties. So if you guys need help with your parties, Facebook parties and basket parties are our last two Power Hour Thursdays. Those are the ways. I would never suggest straying from those until you've perfected them. And then once you've perfected them, feel free to add your own flavor. But those are going to get you results every time. And then Katie just gave you an awesome home party idea. And why are we talking about this again? I want to make sure you guys know why I'm tying this into points. When you look at your points on your, I know we're a little over, but I can wrap this up pretty fast. On your points for the incentive trip, you're going to notice that the ones that you are in direct control of, aside from if you're new, you have your sensational start stuff and you have your shooting star and all of those things that are going to come. And then you're going to get your promotions based on the activities that we're talking about. But every single points option, no matter what it is driven by recruiting and by PRV. We talked about home parties and how to get awesome results at your home parties and how to recruit people like crazy, because that's where you're getting all your points, and you want to try and get your PRV as high as you can and your recruiting as high as you can based on how many people you want to earn it for. That is the absolutely bottom line variable to the trip, is recruiting and PRV. So you want to make sure that you have a solid foundation on how you're recruiting and how you're getting your PRV. And that's why we talked about ways to recruit for people who don't really have a lot of know-how in that area, or they don't really know where to start. We talked about home parties and how to get your PRV pretty high and how to make them effective and how to get more bookings, because more bookings, more money. Like if you only have one home party this month, play one of those booking games. Do a party like Katie said. You're going to book 4 parties at it. And you're going to go into the party saying, I'm booking 4 parties. I don't care if 10 people show up. Just make sure you book 4. Because guess what? That means next month you have 4 parties. And if you book 4 at those, that means the following month you have 12 parties. And if you book 4 at those, then following month you have like 48 parties. Like if you not that anyone's really going to have 48 parties in a month, but if you do, I will buy you something pretty. But that's like she said, home parties breed like rabbits. There is no better way to get bookings than home parties. You want to get them on your calendar, start with 1, let it breed. Play your booking games and be confident about getting those bookings. You could do 48 if you had basket parties out, I guess, but and you're gonna earn trips for 6 if you have 48 parties in a month. I'm just being honest with you. So you guys can earn these trips. You just have to do the actions, and you have to form the habits that are going to get your calendars full. They're going to get your lead book of people wanting to join your team full, and it's going to get your whole Scentsy bucket full of, motivation and excitement about your brand and what you're doing. So does anybody, I don't think we had any other questions come across. Do you have anything to add to that, Katie?
No, I just kind of going back to what I said at the beginning, I just wanted to kind of reiterate that you've really got to start with your outlook and your mindset in all of these areas, whether it's your recruiting, your sales efforts, your outlook on earning the incentive trip. It all begins there. The power of our mind is huge. So know what you want to go for and go for it with gusto.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you're doing it daily and make sure that you have something posted. I like what Jamie Sullins called it. What did she call her thing, her cup? Called it her
oh my gosh, we're bad friends. What did she call it?
I want to say token. That's not it. I don't know.
Go watch The Glow.
It's something that you can use on a daily basis that encourages.
Oh yeah, her anchor.
Anchor, that's right.
Yep, her anchor.
So it could be, for her, it's a Mickey Mouse cup that she drinks her tea out of. For you, it could be a pen with a guitar on it because you want to go to Nashville. Like, I don't know. Whatever it is, get something that you use daily that reminds you of what you're working towards. Post the trip qualification point system somewhere where you see it daily, because you will earn this trip through your consistent effort. That's it.
And that's daily effort. Daily, consistent. And it doesn't have to be huge, grand 10-hour gestures every day. It's literally just action every single day. Income producing activities every day. Making samples is not an income producing activity unless you're passing them out and getting info in return from people. So make sure they're income producing activities every single day. Something that is producing a sale or a party booking or something every single day. And then there's 2 questions really fast. I'm pretty sure we can answer these in about 3 seconds, and then we're going to go ahead and call it a day. This one, how do you make sure your pouch parties get returned? Do it the Carrie Bro way. The Carrie Bro way. If you can watch her video on pouch parties, you will get them back every time. You're going to understand how to coax them into giving them back, because there's benefits in that for them, or passing them on to their friend. But yeah, watch Carrie Bro we had that a couple months ago. And then Christina has an event coming up. Booth space is 10 foot. How many tables? Don't bring too many tables if you don't have enough to fill them. You can do a really cute event with one table, and no one's going to care that your booth space was 10 by 10. They're just going to come to your table because it smells good. I usually do my 8-foot table, and then I have a tiny little card table, kind of as like a little L shape, and that's about it. Or I do one table. It just depends. But I think most of the time I do a little card table and one big table. The wax is on the card table, and then a couple warmers are on the big table or whatever I have to sell. And then my drawing box and anything else I'm showing is on that big table. But you can squeeze it all in pretty easily. But Katie has her sample bar, so I don't know how many tables you take.
I have a little bench that I had made that like stands up taller so I can stack room sprays under the bench, and I put my sample bar on top of that.
Perfect. When I have it consolidated.
When I have a 10 by 10 space, I either make an L shape with 2 5-foot rectangular tables or make a U with 3 5-foot ones. It just depends on how much stock I have and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. I want to add this. When you were talking about samples, have you ever heard Jacqueline Roy talk about her 50-10 rule?
Mm-mm.
So this is something that I learned from her, and now my team and I do this every month. So each month we talk about it at the beginning of the month. It's the 50-10 rule. So you must make 50 samples for the month, and all of those 50 samples must be passed out before the end of the month. So put the 50 samples in a bowl nearby, your door where you go to leave the house. And, if you have a week left and that bowl is pretty full still, you got a lot of work to do. So set a goal of doing 50 samples in 1 month, and it can be samples of whatever. It can be samples of laundry stuff, samples of wax, felt samples, whatever you want to do. And then 10 possibility packs. So prepare the beginning of a month, go into the month with 50 samples and 10 possibility packs, and you must give out all of them before the month ends. If you do that, you are going to be having some sales and some recruits abounding.
Mm-hmm. And with samples, one thing I do too is when I pass out a sample, I usually give them a drawing slip too, the enter my drawing slip that we have in the Scentsy family store. I'm gonna click off you. There we go. Enter my drawing slip, and I give them that, have them fill it out. Because honestly, if you give someone a sample, they're gonna lose it, or they're going to use it and forget to call you. They're gonna throw away your info while they're using the sample, and then it's game over. So I pass them a drawing slip, and I always tell them at the end of every month I draw for a free plug-in or I draw for a hand cream. They don't care what it is. They just want something free. You can say I draw for another sample. Like you can say whatever you want. They're going to fill it out anyway, and they're going to give you their info. And this gives you new people to follow up with. You can follow up with them in a few days. Say, hey, I met you at the grocery store. How did you like that sample? And just kind of get to know them, or text them or email them or whatever they gave you their info, or follow up after you do the drawing and say, hey, I was just calling, you didn't win the drawing, but I wanted to get you something free anyway. If you're interested in booking a party, I will throw on this. Or if you place an order, just whatever you got to do to get them into your customer book versus being just somebody you hand out a sample to. Gosh, this is a loaded call. So I think we're going to go ahead and cut it off because Katie and I, like we said, we can talk about Scentsy till the cows come home. So you kind of just have to shut us up at some point or we're going to talk all night. So I want to say thank you to Katie for talking to us about incentive trips tonight. And I know that it probably wasn't, you guys probably wanted like, hey, I've got these points, I need a plan. But we really wanted to give you the actions, the positive point earning actions that you need to be taking right now, because points are just points. Right. Until you're doing the stuff that earns them. So we wanted to get you guys started off on the right track to earning as many points as possible, getting super psyched about your businesses, booking parties, adding really good, fresh, quality people to your team, and earning points while you sleep, because you just don't even mean to anymore because you're so awesome at what you're doing. So, so thank you, Katie, for helping us today.
Thank you for having me. I hope that everybody was able to take some notes and have some things to run with starting tomorrow.
Absolutely. Have a great night, guys, and thank you again. Bye-bye.